Hello, everyone. This is your Smurf read-along book. Every time you hear this chime, it means it's time to turn the page in your storybook. Now, if you are ready, we will begin the story, Smurfing in the Air. And remember to turn the page every time you hear the chime. In the Smurf village, everybody was happy and carefree. All the Smurfs enjoyed what they were doing, even Grouchy Smurf, who liked to grouch. But Dreamy Smurf didn't seem too happy as he sighed,
"Oh, how I wish I were able to fly."
He thought for a while, then exclaimed,
"Yes, I will become a flying Smurf."
Now, what was that noise? It was a hen squawking indignantly. Dreamy Smurf was chasing the hen to get the poor bird's feathers. When Dreamy caught the hen and got the feathers, he glued them to his arms in the shape of wings. Then he ran all the way to the top of a high hill and jumped. Dreamy Smurf jumped off the hill, shouting,
"Look, I'm flying! I'm flying!"
But then the feathers became unglued.
"Uh-oh!"
cried Dreamy Smurf as he fell to the ground. But he picked himself up with a determined look on his face and said,
"I will fly yet! I will!"
Dreamy Smurf refused to give up. So when he spotted Fishing Smurf angling along the river bank in the shade of his umbrella, Dreamy borrowed the umbrella and made wings out of it. He ran up the hill again and jumped.
"Look, I'm flying! I'm flying!"
But the wind blew his wings shut. And
"Uh-oh!"
Dreamy Smurf fell to the ground once again. He was knocked breathless for a moment, and even though he was seeing stars, he managed to mutter,
"I said I'd fly, and I will."
Next, Dreamy Smurf built a big kite. He grabbed onto it and was lifted up by the wind. Everything went well until a huge black cloud appeared. Lightning struck the kite and burned it to cinders.
"Uh-oh!"
Another fall for Dreamy Smurf. And another fall with the magic flying broom that Dreamy Smurf made with Papa Smurf's magic formula. And still another fall with the pogo springs that Dreamy Smurf stuck to the soles of his feet. This time he landed in the village pond. But Dreamy Smurf refused to give up. He was determined to become the flying Smurf, and nothing was going to stop him from finding a new idea. Dreamy took the wings from a windmill and tried to use them as a helicopter rotor, only to crash into a big hole. Next, he built the biggest rocket a Smurf had ever built. Another failure. Another hard fall to the ground. Then Dreamy Smurf built an enormous catapult. He climbed into it as the whole village watched, and it was another hard landing. But Dreamy Smurf still said,
I will fly yet. I will.
What did Dreamy do next? Why, he made a big pot of soapy water and tried to blow bubbles. He asked Hefty Smurf for help, and soon a soap bubble with Dreamy Smurf inside floated up to the sky.
Look, I'm flying. I'm flying.
But a little bird passed by, and even the most beautiful bubbles can burst. And that was exactly what happened to Dreamy's bubble. Has Dreamy had enough? Oh, no. Next, he built a gigantic hot air balloon. Unfortunately, no one knew what happened, but another failure. Still, Dreamy Smurf said,
I will fly yet. I will.
Dreamy Smurf returned to his kitchen and filled his pots and pans with all sorts of strange things.
With these ingredients, I'm going to smurf a magic potion, and I'll fly yet. Here's some yeast, and dust, and dew, and steam. Some time, because time flies. Now I'll add a little smoke. Now I'll drink the potion. And it worked. Dreamy Smurf became lighter than air, and as he lifted up, he shouted, Look, I'm flying! I'm flying! Now I'm a flying Smurf! But as he passed over the village, Dreamy Smurf realized that there was no way for him to come back to Earth. Help! I'm flying! I'm flying!
How was poor Dreamy Smurf going to climb down from the sky? Fortunately, Hefty Smurf had a long rope which he used as a lasso. He tossed it up, caught Dreamy Smurf, and brought him back to the village. The problem now was how to make Dreamy Smurf heavier. The answer was very simple. He had to eat a few pounds of brick. Oh, bricks aren't very good to eat, and besides, only a Smurf could eat them. But after that heavy meal, Dreamy Smurf stayed firmly on the ground. He didn't want to fly anymore. Oh, no. What he wanted now was... What Dreamy Smurf wanted now was to become a sailor. So he stepped into the little Smurf canoe on the river. But he was so heavy from eating all the bricks that the boat sank. And Dreamy Smurf at the bottom of the river said,
I will sail yet. I will.
And so it started all over again.